Max and Cameron D'Ambrosio.
My name is Cameron D'Ambrosio. I am currently 16, and I started playing when I was 11, going to 12, and I went pro at the age of 14, and I have been pro ever since 14.
What made you start playing?
So my dad went to a Steelers game because we have relatives in Pittsburgh that are like really close to the stadium, and they're Steelers fans. So they went to a game, and his cousin and a couple buddies were there, and they're big into cornhole. And in New York, it wasn't big, or maybe it was, and we just didn't know. But they were playing, and my dad was getting absolutely just demolished by all those players because they've been playing for a while. And he came home and was basically like, that was the most worst. That was not fun at all. That was the worst thing ever. I definitely want to practice and at least be able to hang with them. So when he had the board out every day, I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to play too. You know, why not? I was young and I didn't know anything. So I was just like, I'm just going to throw bags. Like, you know, all the cool kids most, right? And so I was just throwing bags every day after school. And when he would come home from work, I would have the boards already out throwing. And eventually it got to a point where we were like every single day during the week. And then after that, it was kind of like, all right, well, you know, it's getting boring just throwing against each other every single day in the driveway. So let's just try and take it to like a league, or, you know, whatever is local. We found a place in Albany that plays every single Wednesday. And I was in middle school. I was in 6th grade when I started playing there, and it was a bar. So obviously I was the only kid on a Wednesday night at the bar, and everyone looked at me crazy when I first showed up. And we went in there and we were just absolutely demolishing everyone. And it was just like a wake-up call, because a lot of people there, they thought they were good, but I wasn't even that good at the time. And a lot of people there thought they were good until I came in, and then they were just like, all right, we need to step this up a little bit. So me and my dad went in there. We won a couple sessions there in a row. My dad ended up not playing with me in the one because I don't think I could, or it was just something like I couldn't play. So he played with another guy and I would just like sub. And then the next session after that, we won the whole thing at the end. And we won like money and some other stuff, like, I don't know, just some random stuff like a gift basket. And after that, they didn't let me back in. Literally, after that, we tried signing up, and the owner was like, they all of a sudden made a rule about you need to be 21 or older because we want you buying the product. And that was just hilarious because I was the only one under 21 there. So they were just tired of me winning.
He had an opportunity that October to play with one of the better kids in the area who was around his age, and they won together. And from that day on, they just started playing together, and I think they went like probably 3-4 months without losing a doubles match with the two of them, and they just kept playing. And you know, the money was coming in for him, and he was like kind of liking it at that age, and just said, screw it, I'm just going to keep playing, see what I can do with this.
We kept playing in leagues, or in that league, and then we would play in small, it's called regional events, which are like at most an hour away, but you can go farther. And we were playing in those, and I won my very first one ever playing at with a kid that goes to Shen, and he graduated last year. And after that, it was kind of just like, we're going to keep going and going, and we're going to see how far this can go. And then I got sponsors, so we started traveling some more, and eventually I got the pro status. And then from there, we were nonstop.
It was more just you have to accumulate points and stuff like that. And I said, if you want to play in all these events, just let me know, and I'll bring you wherever you got to go to get points. And we made it. You know, we started traveling different states and different areas, playing in different tournaments, and it got to be the point where it was like, man, he could really, you know, accumulate enough points to make it into the pro level. And we just kept going at it, and he was practicing and doing whatever he could do to better himself.
Was the decision to turn pro a difficult one?
There was two big things to that. The one was I just wanted to be on TV. Like, I thought being on TV was just the coolest thing, and many would agree with me. So when I was watching it on TV, very young, like probably when I was in elementary school, I was watching on TV, and I was like, it's pretty cool, And I was like, I want to get there eventually. So how the tournaments work is like that's the final game. So you have to go through a crazy bracket of playing all day just to make it to the finals of your bracket. Then you get on TV. It's not just you can show up and they pull your name out of a hat and you're on the broadcast. So I wanted that, and the biggest thing to me was just like, I'm 12. I don't even know what money is, and I'm making a killing going to these tournaments and just doing basically nothing but just hanging out, throwing bags. Like, I didn't know any better, so I was just like, money's good, and I don't know what I'm gonna spend my money on, but I want money. So I was like, we are gonna ride this wave because they're not paying me to play sports at school, so I'll manage football and soccer in the fall, but in the spring, when it picks up in the spring and summer, I had to give up baseball. But it'll definitely, in the future, it'll probably suck, looking back and just being like I couldn't play baseball. But I played so much baseball throughout my life that I can't really complain much, especially to where I didn't just waste this career. I'm definitely riding the wave of being the best I possibly can in cornhole. So, and it's paying off slowly, but we're getting there.